welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I wanted to talk about how I did not brush my hair for an entire year due to depression. And I don't think a lot of people talk about it. I haven't really looked it up on YouTube. There's probably millions, but I have never looked at one just because it's sad. You know, the person's sad if you're not brushing your hair, just taking care of yourself in general, because you're so depressed and you just have given up and you just don't care. For me, just being depressed, put down, belittled, degraded, made a fool of continuously by the person I was with, I just got myself in such a deep hole with it that I didn't know how to get out of it. My downfall is I stayed too long. I've only had 3 relationships, but I stayed too long when I should have walked away way sooner than when I did. Even though the love usually is never there, wasn't there in we're together 12 years and it was done within, the first few months, but it's just what I get. Anyways, it put me into depression, and it became where I would lift my hand up, my arm, my body, and it hurt. It hurt to move. Yes, I still went to work every day, but I literally had to push myself, and my only out was to go to work every day. It's the only thing that made me feel like disconnected, because I love staying home, and I love my home. It's my safe place. And at that time, I didn't want people to see me. I still don't want people to see me, but, so it was easy to get wrapped up in it all. So yeah, my body hurt, and I remember it all started me trying to bend down one day, because I do have naturally curly hair, and I put mousse in my hair, and I went to go bend down, and when I did, I lost my breath. Like, I couldn't breathe because my neck was so big because of the weight that after that, not only my hands and my body being so tired to move, and I just didn't care what I looked like anyways. Like, I gave up long ago what I look like. I just gave up, and you could tell I gave up, and I looked like I gave up, and you could tell that I was hurting, and no one said anything. My mom started to tell me, we've got to do something about your hair, and it stayed up in a bun. So the picture that's in my first video, that's my hair up in a bun. I couldn't get it out. I would take the rubber band out, but it would still stay wrapped up and knotted. I would take showers, and I'd be like, hey, tomorrow I'll try to get it out. Tomorrow I'll try to get it out. And I never could do it. And I never really tried anyways, because like I said, it just hurt to move, and I didn't care. I didn't care. Was it humiliating? Yes. When people would stand behind me in lines, you could tell that they seen my hair was knotted. I looked like I had dreads. But mine just looked bunched up in a ball. It wasn't even like dreads. It was like a big gnat, just, bunched up in a ball. My mom, after almost a year, it was coming to a year, that I would cringe when she'd bring it up, or anybody would bring it up. So I went, and I would go to work like that every day. And I think about it, and I'm just like, the way I would dress, to my hair being up in there, like, I don't think I've even processed to like what I went through, what I was doing to myself. That's what I'm doing now, is a lot of self-reflection, and just seeing, like, I think you just go in survival mode. So you just like, yeah, you get out of the sadness. Well, you don't really get out of the sad. I haven't got out of the sadness yet. But I'm trying to be like hopeful and, of where I am now. And I, can brush through my hair and I do wash it every day and I do care what I look like. You know, I just have different difficulties now. But depression, I think, is just gonna stay. I don't know. Um, but as I was saying, I, went to work every day. No one said anything. My brother would comment. I mean, yeah, he would comment. I mean, I think and just my family, like no one like it that I didn't like know, but no one see me. I hid from everybody, but no one at my work. But I could tell they would look at my hair. They would be like, look at me like, what is, you just knew that they wanted to say something, but no one really did. Anyways, my mom went seeking out someone to help do my hair, and she had a resident, which is one of my was one of my really good friends. I mean, like I couldn't confide in her. Like she knew that I was sad. I don't think she knew the extent of what was going on in my life, but she knew that I had hit rock bottom and I just didn't care about the way I looked. And she was a hairstylist and she'd always did my hair. She did my hair for 15 years. My mom went to her and asked if she can please get the knots out of my hair. And my mom came and let me know, and I yelled and I was so upset that she did that because I was humiliated. Even though you could clearly see my hair was freaking knotted in a bun. So I did go to her and we sat there and she sat with me, not questioning me, not asking me, how did it get this bad? It's just me loving to talk that I told her everything. And she was just like, okay. It took her 10 hours. 10 hours. I used to have really, really thick hair. She got a grocery bag. And the amount of hair she had to literally chop through. My hair was different layers. I barely had any. Like, I had really thick hair before, really, really thick hair. My hair's never grown back the same. Now that I bleached it blonde, you just don't have those. I had a big bag of my hair that she had to cut out. We couldn't even comb through it. She's like, what? I'm like, at that point, I was like, I don't even care if I went bald because I wanted it out because I was so uncomfortable. Even though I didn't care what I, look like, it was uncomfortable. I could tell people could see it. It was probably up to me and I would have never seen anybody. I probably would have just left it like that. Like I said, moving my arms, I could look at pictures and I'm still chubby, but seeing how big I was, I never looked in the mirror. So I could feel it on my body, but I never looked in the mirror. So I never got a glimpse of why I couldn't breathe, why when I bent down I lost my breath. Until looking back at photos now that I didn't even know that were taken, that I didn't even know I had. But to have gotten to that place, so if you get to that place and your arms hurt lifting something or getting off the couch or off your bed and it just physically hurts, that's depression. That's sad. Like, I lived that life. I have so many things that it affected my whole world. Depression. And I was never depressed before, so it's like I knew that it was depression, clearly. But it's like people think you could just get out of it and it affects everybody differently. Mine, I just gained a bunch of weight and didn't care and had my hair, where I didn't wash it or do anything about it for a year. And I just went about to work and about my days like that. Like, that's sad. And the person I was with loved that because I was hideous looking. And that's kind of where he wanted me, so no one could look at me or I'd have no interest of ever trying to leave him, and that's all I wanted to do, you know? So, like I said, it took her 10 hours and she didn't stop, not once. Not once. But she let me know, you know, I've having a cut through your hair. And like I said, I was like, I don't even care if it's a ball, just get it out. Hair's gonna grow back, you know. I didn't care if that's what I had to look like. You know, I just want, it was like one step further from what I have done to myself. I knew when it was done, it felt so good to finally wash it and brush through it. And I remember that night clearly because I loved feeling the water hit my head and me being able to just know it was clean. My hair probably was stunk and was insane, you know. When I'm on social media and I see people post like memes and it's their hair knotted and stuff, and it's like, no, that's sadness, and that's sad to me. That's not funny to me. None of that's funny to me, you know. It's like stuff you need to take seriously. You see somebody like that, and it's like, try to see what they're going through. Try to see if they need someone to talk to. Did anybody from me? No. I don't care. You know, when I got through it, I got through it. I did it. It was humiliating. I hope she didn't tell anybody, but if she did, that's fine, especially now if she did. That's, tell everybody. I just am one to say, I've been there. You'll get through it. A lot of people are going through different stuff that just don't share. Again, my channel is not for sympathy or to be like, oh, she went through that, or she wants attention, or no, it's like I went through the craziest stuff in my life and I got out of it. And I want to help anybody with the knowledge I have and how I did it, and to let everybody know, like, you're going to be okay. Like, you're going to be okay. Yes, I still have, you know, work to do on myself. You know, my face is still paralyzed. There's a lot of stuff I'm so insecure about. You know, my body is just, I don't know, just difficult. Just difficult. I still haven't been able to stare in the mirror and see my body. It's just a lot. And I get it if you're sad. And I get it if your body hurts and aches. And I get it if your hair's up in a bun or just down and you can't get out of bed. Don't let it last a year like it did mine, you know, 10 hours. At least I'm glad and thankful I had such a good person to help me, and she spent those 10 hours to get it out. But don't let it get to that. And if you do, you're going to be okay. If hair grows back, you're going to be fine. Once you get those knots out of your hair, once you're able to wash it, once you're able to, you know, do kind of what you want with it, you're going to feel that water on your head finally, you know, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. It is like a weight lift, like you're one step out of the cycle you started with yourself. And you're not alone. You're not alone. There's probably so many people that have gone through that and have not said anything. Me, I did. I think a lot of people would be shocked to know that. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to share. I know when I try to post stuff, YouTube is like only 15 minutes, which I don't get because I see people's videos so much longer. But if you want more information, you want anything, you know, guidance, let me know, reach out, I'll help you. And again, if no one's told you that you're beautiful, you do mean something, you belong here, just like everybody else, you'll get through it. If you have no one, you have me. to talk to about anything, to help you with anything. I've probably been through it, and tell you how I got out of it. Um, so yeah, and you're going to be okay.